The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, another epic, historic night for your Chicago Blackhawks. I mean, they lost to the Bruins 3-1, but Connor Bedard gets his first NHL goal.
Quick turnaround for everybody, but especially the youngster. There's Bedard dropping it back off Donato. Now Bedard with a shot, saved by Omar. Coming around is Bedard, who scores! His first National Hockey League goal!
Let's go. In his second game, that was, of course, at the Bruins. I watched that whole game, and I got to say the atmosphere was electric, even though it was an away game, being there in Boston, which is a big hockey town, too. But this is really, it's amazing. One guy, 18-year-old kid, can turn our beat-down hearts in sports of Chicago lately with all our teams and just turn it around and make you just feel good.
He's electric. I mean, through 2 games, he's been what he's been advertised to be. You know, he's all over the ice. He's got an assist in the first game, goal in the second game, a tripping call in this game as well. He's found his way into the penalty box.
Yeah.
It's very exciting for him.
There was a little scary moment. He hit the boards kind of hard and left the ice for about 5 minutes in the third period. So, oh, no. Here we go. It's Chicago. He shouldn't have came here. And then now he's fine, though.
I don't know how hockey players do what they do. That sport, when you think about it, because I
can't even stand up on skates.
I know, that's the thing.
I can't.
They're tackling each other at full speed into boards. It's amazing.
I was so ready for Kenzie to say, like, I was a figure skater. It's not that hard. I was so ready for you to say that.
No.
Wow.
No, I'm not great with things attached to my feet. So, like, roller skating, ice skating, skateboards, bikes.
Bikes are attached to your feet a little bit?
Kind of, like pedally.
It seems like that's another scale back. And I'm going to say cars with you push gas pedals.
Borderline. I'm going to tell you something. Cars are they're just in there, but what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can avoid the ice skating situation. And the thing is, I don't understand how to safely learn ice skating because the amount of times that I've fallen and almost lost all of my fingers.
Yeah.
Like, why are we using blades? I don't know. I don't get it. I feel like it's a bad idea.
It's not good. It's the only way to learn, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know how to do it.
I was on the chair on the ice. You ever start that way where you're on a chair, like trying to skate around?
Like a shower chair?
No, like just a dining room table chair on the ice.
A walker.
Yeah, it's kind of like, but that's all we used was a chair.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't skate. So none of us can skate.
I thought you meant you were sitting down and someone was pushing you. I'm like, that doesn't count, Brian.
It would have been more productive than what was going on. God.
Poor mother's pushing you around the ice. You're just sitting down.
Know.
Brian
she
just
wanted him to be a girl so
I
bad.
know.
Brian just wanted to fit in. I'm going to push him on a dining room chair on the ice so he can play hockey. God. Also, this is also related to Connor Bedard. Tuesday's season opener between the Blackhawks and the Penguins drew a record-breaking number for ESPN, most watched regular season NHL game in ESPN history. The number isn't so impressive when you read it. Like 1.43 million people watched it. I mean, that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
But you think about like the NFL, and it's like 25 million for Sunday Night Football. But
always like every regular season game.
Pretty in the 20 million range.
What are the Super Bowl numbers?
Oh, they're like 183 million.
Is that really that many people?
Super Bowl is the most watched event of anything of the year in any media.
No, I know that, but I was like, I don't know the number. And it was most
Well,
watched.
because people just go to a house party too and watch it. I mean, it's so much.
It's usually on every TV, even if people aren't paying attention.
Correct.
That's the thing.
Everybody watches it.
We're here for the commercials, and you know it.
But Connor Bedard's setting records there too. Wow, what a day yesterday in Major League Baseball playoffs. Got a lot of audio for you here. Let's start with the Diamondbacks sweeping the Dodgers. And this is, like I said, this is kind of terrifying where you see how it's going to end up. And people predicted early on it was going to be Phillies, Diamondbacks in the NLCS.
No one said that. Absolutely no one said that.
No one said that in the beginning of the season?
No.
The Phillies went to the World Series last year.
The Diamondbacks had a Guns N' Roses concert scheduled at their field for this week.
Except
The
for
Diamondbacks didn't even say that.
Yeah, no. It's like...
Except for them. They had no confidence in their own team. But here's what happened last night as they finish them off.
Right field. Hayward toward the line, near the foul pole. Fair ball, home run. Might be worth the challenge. The camera doesn't lie in this case, and it looks foul.
The call on the field is confirmed. Foul ball.
That was a historical call right there. Never in the postseason has there been 4 home runs in an inning.
Ever?
Ever.
More than 100 years ago?
Postseason history.
Wow. So, Christian Walker has the home run erased, and then hits the next pitch to the moon. There's your 4th home run.
So, yeah, 4 home runs in an inning. Should have explained that a little better. As they called back the 4th home run, then they went and hit a home run the next play.
Oh, to the moon, Alice.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Let me play Brian Translator real quick.
Thank you.
Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers. Diamondbacks had a lot of home runs last night to do it. No one saw it coming. Very exciting.
There we go.
Nobody was more disappointed than Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Damn it.
To that point, we talked about that.
We're really not going to be able to do this show.
They actually planned a Guns N' Roses show at the D-back Stadium at Chase Field, and they got here. At this point, Guns N' Roses canceled the show, started a new show somewhere else in town. Everybody had to refund their tickets and buy new tickets to the new venue.
A mess.
Total mess.
I don't want to be mean here, but I do want to put this in perspective for our listeners. Diamondbacks were a wild card team, one that almost did not make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They are now 4 wins away from going to the World Series. Had the Cubs just tried a little harder down the stretch, this could very easily be the Cubs in this position.
Oh, God.
We just beat the Marlins.
You know,
Tomorrow.
But for most of September, they were like a half a game apart.
Yeah.
You know, the D-backs and the Cubs in the wild card race.
And then the Cubs fell apart.
It's ridiculous.
I don't say that to be mean. I wish the Cubs would be in the National League Championship Series, but they're not.
They're not. And here we are. And the Houston Astros beat the Twins yesterday to go to the ALCS for the 7th time.
7th year in a row that the Astros are making the ALCS. I am very
Bunch of
disappointed.
cheaters.
Yeah, I do not like it at all. I like this Twins team. I was rooting for them in a form of Midwest solidarity, and they are now packing their bags and going home.
They're out. And then the Phillies yesterday came back when the Braves go to Philadelphia to Citizens Bank Park. Now, again, relating to the Cubs a little bit, former Cub Castellanos hits a home run, 2 home runs in the game, actually. And he's had a history of hitting home runs at bad timing when the announcer is doing something during the game. I don't know if you remember this, Kenzie. Let's start first with what happened last night. They're talking about former Phillies manager Charlie Manuel coming back from a stroke.
Right.
They show video of him going through therapy where he can kind of barely walk and trying to swing a bat to keep his spirits up.
Mm-hmm.
Right when he does that, that's when Castellanos hits a home run in this point of this very somber moment. They're trying to get introspective, and here's what it sounded like.
I made a comment earlier tonight.
Whoops, that's the wrong one.
I guess...
Good reports coming in. He's even taking a little batting practice, we understand, lately. So, Charlie, if you're out there, we're thinking of you. This was Thursday. It's a week ago. He can always rake.
Charlie, all he wanted was people to hit bombs.
In the air, deep left center field. Castellanos has another one for Charlie.
Him and Charlie have never met, by the way.
No, that's such a stretch to say, oh, for Charlie. That's like, Kinsey dedicating
It's called a tie-in.
Yeah, it's like...
Sometimes you dealt the cards.
It's absolutely no. They were telling a story. They were painting a picture that I don't think needed to be painted, but more power to them.
Yeah, but this reminds me of the moment of Nick Castellanos when he was on the Reds.
Yes.
And there was a really unfortunate incident from the announcer, Tom Brenneman, which is why he's not announcing in baseball anymore. Dropped a homophobic slur in the middle of the game, thought his mic was off. So then he decided to apologize during the game, and right when he did that, that's when
When was that?
When was this?
Yeah.
This was about 2 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago,
Something
I
like
think,
2 or
yeah.
3 years ago. And then Castellanos hits a home run right when he's apologizing for what he said earlier in the
Good old
game.
Castellanos.
I made a comment earlier tonight that I guess went out over the air that I am deeply ashamed of. If I have hurt anyone out there, I can't tell you how much I say from the bottom of my heart. I'm so very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game.
Oh, my God. He was like, for the love of God, can you just strike out right now?
You know
He's
that?
like, I can't catch a break today.
Trying to apologize for what he did. And Nick Castellanos hits a home run there.
Left center field, 4-0 Reds.
Now,
You can't put it on
Brian,
the
what
board.
did he say that was so bad?
It was. I'm not going
What'd
to
he
say
say?
it. It was a homophobic slur.
Which was...
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Let's go. Let's get in the clash with Kenzie. We have tickets for Oliver Tree at the Aragon coming up Saturday, January 13th. Tickets are on sale now, but these are free, so they're so much better. 312-591-8300. Compete against Kenzie in a trivia contest. Get in right now to get in.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
And competing for these tickets for Oliver Tree is Rick, the truck driver. Rick, ahoy, what do you do for a living?
Ahoy, I'm a truck driver. Let's see, married 47 years in April.
Wow.
5 grandsons, and I still play ice hockey with them.
Oh, wow.
Now, how'd you learn
This
how to...
guy's more active than you, Brian. How does that make you feel?
He's more active?
Yeah.
I think he's showing off.
Oh, you think it's like
No,
big show motor?
not showing off. Just love my sports. Love my 16-inch softball. Love my hockey.
Oh. How'd you learn how to ice skate? Because none of us can ice skate. We can't figure out how you actually get up on skates. How'd you do it? They just kind of put you up and push you into a wall? How'd it work?
No. You know what? You got to start when you're young, and then you got to fall a lot. And then when you get tired of falling, you learn how to stay up. But you know what? For you, get a chair. Bring a chair out on the ice with you.
You're a
Hold
big
the chair,
chair
push
guy.
it around, and you'll be fine.
Got that chair energy. All right, that's fair.
That BCE, big chair energy.
All right, Rick, first one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Call it.
Heads on the floor.
It's tails in my hand.
Ooh, way off, Rick.
Yeah. All right, Kenzie, question number 1.
Yeah.
What is the name of Google's mobile operating system?
Google's mobile operating system?
Mm-hmm.
Like the app?
No.
like the Google app?
Google's operating system.
Google's operating system.
What do you think the name of that is?
I don't.
3, 2.
I don't know.
I
really don't.
Okay, Rick, do you know?
Would that be MapQuest?
No, not MapQuest. So Android or Droid on the Google phones. That's their operating system.
Huh.
Gotcha.
Who knows? All right, question goes to
Google's got its own thing.
Yeah. Rick, which chess piece can only move diagonally?
Diagonally, that would be the bishop.
The bishop is right. Good job, Rick. Kenzie, which country did the Mayflower take off from?
Oh, England?
England's right.
Okay.
Good job. Don't question yourself. What was your second choice? Some of your brain was working there. I'm just curious.
I was like, where's some very Europe? I was just like, white. I was trying to think very white.
White people.
Like, where are the whites?
They're in England.
There you go.
Oh, God, thank God.
1-1, it's back to Rick.
Rick, before the move to Indianapolis, where did the Colts play their home games?
Before the Indianapolis Colts, where? Baltimore.
Baltimore is right. Good job, Rick. Kenzie, what movie was Saving Private Ryan based in? What movie?
What war?
I'm sorry, what war was Saving Private Ryan based in? Yeah. What war was Saving Private Ryan based in? What war?
Oh, my God, I'm going to tell you something really bad.
Oh, boy.
I did not see it.
Didn't see Saving Private Ryan.
I know. And it's a classic.
It really is. The first 25
I've heard
minutes.
It's great.
It's traumatic.
Well, it's older. So I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, is that too old, though? Is it a World War II?
World War II is right. Good job. Now you must see the movie and give us 500 words on it.
Okay.
The punishment fits the crime. 2-2, back to Rick.
Rick, which U.S. state is directly south of Georgia?
Directly south of Georgia would be Florida.
Florida's right. Rick's using his MapQuest there to figure that one out.
And he's on fire. It's 3-2, back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, Sapporo beer was first brewed in which country?
Say it again.
Sapporo beer.
Sapporo.
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 That's what I said. Yeah.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
That's a new word.
Which country?
Sapporo. That's
3.
sounds fun. I don't know.
2.
Mexico?
Mexico's not right. Rick, do you know?
Let's try Japan.
Japan is right. I don't know if you're thinking, where's all the white people that person for that one, Sapporo beer?
I don't know.
Let's see here. Is it back to Rick?
It's back to Rick. It's 4-2. He can win with a correct answer.
Ooh.
Wow, Rick. Who was president from 1981 to 1988, Rick?
1981 to 88. My goodness.
Long time ago. 3.
That sounds like Reagan.
It was Reagan. And Rick takes it home.
That was tough.
Kenzie, sorry, kiddo, but you know what?
Kiddo.
These tickets are for my grandson.
Oh, which one?
Yeah, which one's your favorite?
What's that?
Which one's your favorite?
Yeah, which one's getting them?
I don't have a favorite. They are all awesome. There is no favorites when it comes to those.
He's just gonna they have to fight to the death though to get the tickets.
Exactly.
Little grandson fight club to get the Oliver Tree tickets.
I'm coming home for
Oh,
Christmas.
you know what? They are monsters. They will throw down.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
Well, those are gone, but don't worry. Coming up at 8 o'clock with Brian and Kenzie on Q101, Bert Kreischer tickets for the United Center, 8 a.m. right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Yeah, 8 a.m. Bert Kreischer tickets. With the way traffic's going, you'll probably still be with us and not move that far at that point. 8 a.m. Bert Kreischer. Hilarious at the United Center. Those tickets coming up. And I also realized my question was hilarious just a minute ago when I said, have you ever bumped into somebody in normal life that you recognize from OnlyFans? As Calvin texted in, no, Brian, I've never bumped into anyone and recognized them from OnlyFans. It's a very exclusive little group. And maybe not just OnlyFans, but maybe, you know, Naperville's the home of swingers. Maybe you went to a swingers party and met your banker there somehow. And
I feel like another small group you just targeted. I know you tried to broaden it, but oh my.
That didn't. How can I broaden it? I guess it's impossible because it's a very small niche thing.
Yes, it is a small niche thing. Maybe something that probably happened to you. You've probably been out and been like, I know that stripper. I used to host those events for Q101.
It's still a small group, but we're broadening it. It's getting broader.
It's getting broader.
It's
What
getting
else
there.
could we add?
I don't know. Let's think about that while you listen to this audio of a guy that got pulled over by a Minneapolis police officer. And obviously, he noticed her because he was a subscriber of her OnlyFans. Here's the news story. But the really funny part of this story is the guy doesn't want to be recognized. So they pitched his voice down. You hear on TV, they'll pitch somebody that's maybe somebody that like reports on the mob.
Like saving their identity.
Yeah.
Yes.
This guy doesn't want to be recognized for just being a subscriber of the police officer's OnlyFans. Dude, you know, you didn't give up Tony Soprano. Calm down. But wait till you hear how low they pitched down his voice.
A simple traffic stop quickly turned into a "where do I know you from" for the Minneapolis man who was pulled over just a few days ago. It took 10 minutes to figure it out. The man spoke to us on the condition of anonymity.
We was doing a little talking and checking, and, you know, as brothers, we was like, man, that's...
I got to stop right there. Listen how much they pitched his voice down. You can't even understand it.
What the hell did he just say?
Case found this audio, and he said, you got to hear this. And I was like, the story sounds interesting. But then when I started playing it and heard that, it's unbelievable.
It's tough because it's really hard to make out what he's saying, but I was not expecting his voice to be that when I was given the heads up, hey, you know, we're protecting his identity, and then it cuts to what Brian's just about to play.
Yeah. Checking, you know, as brothers, we was like, man, that's... She got her OnlyFans page. I'm on her OnlyFans page.
He knew that the 4th Precinct officer was someone that he had been following for 5 months on OnlyFans. He says he's seen her explicit photos and watched her have sex.
You gotta go to the VIP and you get to see the videos of her and her I guess husband or whoever that is. They do full sex video.
The man who
So Brian,
recognized
pause
her
it for just a
said,
second.
Oh, yeah.
So what he's saying there is that he's been a subscriber to her OnlyFans for 5 months, and as he puts it, you got to be a VIP to see her and what he's assuming is her husband fornicate on OnlyFans.
Good translation. Case is the great translator of the show.
No, he just follows her, so he knows the process. He's like, okay, so if you go to the left corner.
See that VIP section? His last statement is funny right here, just a couple seconds.
He can't quite look at her the same.
Because you can't arrest me no more. I've seen your private parts.
That is not how that works.
Yeah, did you make that out, everybody?
Oh, my
He
God.
said, you can't arrest me no more. I've seen your private parts.
That holds up in a court of law.
I got to say, what would a judge say to that? Seriously, you know.
Probably, pay the fine. I don't think they would care.
Not case dismissed?
No.
This is wild. That's just the world we're in now, though. Like I said, it's a very small niche thing we're talking about. If maybe you out there and if our crew members have bumped into somebody that, you know, as Kenzie puts it, to broaden it, oh, yeah, you used to be a stripper. I'd given you $1 or maybe $5 somewhere along the way. Or maybe today, there's so many people on OnlyFans doing that and they have another job. It's a great side hustle that...
Well, so hers sounds like the traditional OnlyFans. But so when I started here, I got ripped apart because people were like, she has an OnlyFans with her husband. And I'm like, that's super misleading.
Yeah.
1, it doesn't exist anymore. But 2, this is interesting.
Why doesn't it exist? Let's get to why it doesn't exist anymore.
I actually know a higher up at OnlyFans.
Oh.
Very nice guy. You actually know him too. He used to do photography around the city.
Oh, yes, you told me.
Yes.
He was a guy that was very famous for doing like club photo shoots around Chicago, like the old school.
He's a super good guy. He's a hoot. Anyways,
He's a hoot.
for a long time, OnlyFans, because they can't have an app or anything because it's like, quote unquote, like adult content, right?
Yeah.
So
is that a rule, by the way? Do no porn sites or whatever?
They can't. What he told me is they can't have an app because then it would be accessible to underage.
And you can't age restrict an app.
That's the issue.
Huh?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So what they had was they were trying to do what Snapchat did. Snapchat was traditionally, like when it first came out, was like a sexting app,
Sure.
right? And so OnlyFans didn't want to be that anymore. They're like, we want to be like content subscription like YouTube. We want to change, okay? They spent money and got people to create accounts and only post their normal content. So it was just our TikToks, Instagram, like everything that you can see on all the other platforms.
It was above board, as they say.
It was the same exact videos. Like we would take a TikTok and we'd also post it on there.
Right.
Or like our Instagram picture and also post it on there.
Yeah.
That was it.
No unique OnlyFans content.
There was no exclusive.
There was no
OnlyFans.
explicit.
There was zero exclusivity.
But we can't find out because it's deleted now.
Yeah, no, we got rid of that. Because I felt like they stopped the mission, and I'm like, you know what? I don't. Like, if you're not going towards that anymore, then I don't want to have one. Like,
they probably
think about being one of the first people to be an influencer on Snapchat. Think about how much money you would have made.
Yeah.
Once it switched over. So we're like, well, this is a really good opportunity. Like, if it really does make this change, but they faced a ton of backlash. That's why they stopped. Because they said that it was like, they got in trouble for kind of being like, excluding sex workers, which is really what
built them.
Yeah, so it's like you're gonna like alienate a group of people, and it's the reason that you have money and even have a company.
But they didn't stop those people from doing what they did, though, did they?
No, but they weren't pushing the content anymore. There's like
algorithms.
different exactly things like that. So they then veered back away, realizing that's what was going on, and then I was like, well, I don't really need to be on this platform. I was just posting my normal stuff.
I'll just go to Instagram again.
Well, because the comments were always so mean. They're like, what the hell are you doing? Take your top off? I'm like, well, I'm doing a news broadcast.
They don't say that on Instagram with you or Facebook either, no?
No, sometimes they do. That's usually a message, though. Or they'd be like, I'll give you $5 to turn around. I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like it.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, we're about 6 minutes away from those Burt Kreischer tickets at the United Center. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We just played some audio from a Minneapolis police officer who pulled over someone, and turns out that guy recognized her from OnlyFans. He's a subscriber, and he said, now you can't arrest me because I've seen your private parts. We'll see how that goes down in court. We'll follow the story like good journalists do.
I just don't know how those are related things.
I don't remember that.
He's like, I'm unsubscribing, I'll tell you that much.
I was pre-law in college. I don't remember that coming up. About you can use that as a defense.
You were pre-law?
I was communications.
Never post-law, huh?
No. I can't hit my rim shot. It's
there?
too far. Yeah, I decided to do this instead.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad?
Oh, great.
So, we asked you, I get it's a very limited audience, but have you ever come into contact with someone that did something, schmexual out there?
And then you run into them because,
Yeah.
Okay, can I read this text?
Yeah.
Okay, Bob texted in and said, I worked in physical therapy for a few years back and had a patient that I just graduated high school with. And he goes, I was traveling to a city about an hour away and saw a billboard for a local strip club, and it had her picture on it, which explained the back pain we were treating her for.
Whoa!
It makes sense. That adds up.
Dang, she's actually on the billboard. That's pretty prominent.
That's commitment.
Well,
like that, like you're not unless she worked an hour away for that reason. I suppose.
She's
I don't know.
a star.
Yeah. They saw her billboard more than they saw you and I's billboard.
Yeah. They got more play than ours did. They got a couple more spots.
Oh, Lord.
847
we gotta
also.
put Brian up there naked next time so we can get more action.
God. Well, I'll certainly get some action.
Yeah.
I don't know. Arrested. 847 checked in also on the text line. People ran into our gym teacher as a stripper at Diamonds Gentlemen's Club. I remember that place. Had a teacher there, but never saw her at Diamonds. But The thing is, I'm not going to play the Varsity Blues clip that almost got me fired here a month ago.
Oh my God.
Ms. Davis, you a 10. You're a 10.
Exactly. That's the version you're allowed to play.
That's the version I'm going to do. We'll go to Christian and Mokina. Ahoy, Christian. What's up?
Ahoy, guys. Love you. Love the show.
Right on. Thank you. We love you.
All righty. So I went to high school with this girl who made an OnlyFans. I was curious, so I subscribed. Later, I found her at a dispensary, and I was like, oh, my gosh, hey, what's up? And I went to go give her a high five, and she just looked at me so blankly. And I just slowly raised my hand back down, and I walked in and took care of my business. I didn't even say bye at that point, and I'm pretty sure I unsubscribed as well.
Oh, she lost a subscriber.
Well, yeah, it's bad customer service.
Yeah.
Well,
But OnlyFans isn't just for that. I was following one of my favorite pro wrestlers, and I got an opportunity to go train with him in New York. So, it's sad that that's kind of where it's going, but it was a good platform.
See, I told you they were making this big push.
Yeah,
Nobody believes me.
Kenzie and wrestlers.
Yeah.
They're all trying to get him on there.
Well, I had my mini wrestling career, so obviously I'm right on target.
Facts. Now, here's the thing. Go back to your story a little bit. Did you know her well in high school, or you just knew who she was, and then she looked at you maybe like, who are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we had several classes, and I mean, yeah, she knew exactly who I was, especially with that look she gave me.
Yeah, and left you hanging on the high five. That's not
I just
good.
want to clarify, she wasn't still in high school, correct?
No, we're way older now.
Okay, great.
Oh.
We like to just debunk those things.
Dodge the bullet on that one.
Whoa.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.